Hello? Hello? My audio is kind of quiet. I could. We had the filter for boosting. Oops. Here goes our gain. We would increase that at, let's say 9.6. What if I were to do it to the max? Okay. So now whispering, I guess. I don't know. Let's go with 13. I don't know, like, what decibels are. Like, yeah. I recently reinstalled Windows, so I don't have any of my settings on OBS and whatnot, including a starting screen. So that's why I don't have a starting screen. We have here we go. Just have her up. And let me load up this and this. Oh. Is it For You tab? Wait, for me on my YouTube channel is Lies new mic, which is when I got the Yeti 4 years ago. God. Talking about stuff. That was dice. School. No, this is not. Comic Sans. Okay. Oh, that was just talking about the font. 19W12B and 19W13A. I got a lot of time. As if I was. Okay, yeah, let's bring it back to the memories. No, I don't want to load up any of my content. I want to grab the link to the stream. See, this is why I have a starting screen, so then you guys aren't here. Well, though they didn't get, like, there's not any music on the starting screen, so it's kind of. Okay, hey yo, did a reset on Windows. That means my stream is gonna have some scuff. So let's. Wait, the link to the stream has like 3 E's? That's wacky. And then at streams, hey, guess what? This will like next. But yeah, a little bit of scuff. Oh yeah, let me also say that Cal made the thumbnail. Okay. Beautiful. Alright. Well, I guess we could play now. Let me switch to VCs. Alright. Okay, so that was a good thing. I joined the VC. Sometimes I forget that what my joining VC is called. Or like the join thing. You know? The soundboard that plays when you join a VC on Discord. Yeah, I kind of forgot what that was called. Hide this. I wanna hide it. There we go. Okay, so we have Genshin Source. Okay, there was one thing reactive, I think it was. Discord. Reactive, yes. Login. Okay, I need to load Discord up. iMac, packed with more juice. I don't know about you, but I wouldn't want apple juice in my Mac. This is personal preference, though. Alright. Alright. Okay. Let me see, browser. Group reactive. Discord. Okay. And we could have copy link address. There we go. Hello. Wait. Oh, there we go. Okay, that was a crossfade. That was kind of wacky. Huh. Could have it here. All right.
Why are you just standing there with your mouth gaping? You must be stunned and at a loss for words. Understandable. It is I, after all, Fontaine's most beloved star, Furina. I'm on a very tight schedule, so you're lucky to even get an appointment with me.
You're talking a lot for someone on a tight schedule.
I'm really happy birthday! Here, please take this ticket as your gift. It's a VIP seat to see Happy Day. Just don't forget to show up to the performance. What's Happy Day? Well, I wanted to keep it a surprise, but it's an opera that I've rehearsed personally. It's about a big group of people that gather together to celebrate a certain very important person. You understand now, right? Just don't forget to come.
Huh. You know, that actually... Huh. Who's singing? Well... I gotta fight this thing because of her. Currently, let me see what I have. Yeah. I don't know if this is actually like the best set on her. Probably isn't. But, you know. Let's see if there are any issues while fighting this thing. Hold on. It's very loud for me. Probably not for you guys. Hold on, let me just turn down my general audio. And...
Disappear. Come at the beam.
Chip on us! Surprise!
Burst forth.
Ow, that's not very nice.
Use the spotlight! Chip on us! Over here!
Oh my god, 31,000 under E. Okay, well, I guess I missed that.
Off we go!
Burst forth. Feel this ancient power. And voila!
Everybody stand back! Chip on us! Over here!
Come at the beam.
Chip on us!
Here comes the finale. Magic can't cheat death, you know. Step right up.
Teamwork is dreamwork! Over
I
here!
think it was going pretty relatively well.
Burst forth.
Yeah. I lived. Almost died, but I lived. Okay, I do want to actually use Furina in my team. She's somewhat workable right now. Let's see, so alright, just quick setup. We could have Furina, and then we could have like I don't know. I think Furina's off field, so
Prepare to be amazed.
I have Lenny, Furina, Lynette,
Time for afternoon tea.
and do I have any other self-sustaining characters? No. Alfredo for the
Some
shield.
in-the-field research.
Hell yeah. I think this is, I think I want Golden Trope, and I think I have a pretty good set. I'm going to probably change this later, but yeah, as it stands. Currently, do this. Yeah. I'm torn between her weapon and her constellation. But, yeah. Alright, let's do the story. 8 to 12. Oh, I thought I left. Hmm. Oh well.
Now for a little rest after breakfast. This is the life.
Are you sure? I never thought Paimon would be accustomed to working.
Wait a sec. Isn't something important supposed to happen today? Oh, today's our big day! We're supposed to leave the Fortress of Mirapede! Come on, we've got to go complete the release procedures now!
Masquerade of the Guilty. I like that title. I don't know why, I just like the word masquerade.
Yep.
Please, sign here. This document will be effective immediately upon signing, and you two may exit the Fortress of Mirapede via the regular channels.
It's been so long since we've been to the surface. Let's hurry up and...
Oh, it hasn't.
What's happening? I'm fine, thanks. But I wonder what that tremor was just now.
It's probably nothing. Oh, no. What I was going to say was it's probably nothing to do with the what was near the end of the last chapter. Or the last act. I think it was chapter. Act is like the entirety of the... I'm pretty sure act is the story of the region.
Your Grace?
Ah, good to see you two. Is there something you wish to see me about?
Yeah, what was with that earthquake just now?
Ah, that. The tremor didn't originate from the seafloor. In fact, it seems it came from the surface. Over the years of serving as the warden here, I have developed a sense for distinguishing between what occurs on the surface and what occurs underwater. Besides, the seal that Monsieur Neuvillette set in place won't fail so easily.
So the fortress is okay?
For now.
If you recall our last incident, if there really were a problem, there would be crowds of inmates in a panic right now.
Huh.
Yeah.
Got a point.
Yeah.
Okay, seems we need to get back up to the surface and ask about what happened. By the way...
I believe today is this month's pipe cleaning day.
Wait, seriously?
Actually, today's the day we say goodbye to the fortress.
Ah, yes. Have you completed your release?
Yep. It's you two.
Oh, Siegeween.
Are you leaving now? That's right! Today is our last day in prison! But now that Paimon says that, it doesn't feel like we were confined here.
Yeah.
It's actually been pretty nice. Oh yeah, Paimon feels fond of this place now. Then be sure to come back and visit. I'll miss you.
If you've signed the release papers, then you're free to go. The guards will escort you out.
You're not going to see us off?
I knew you'd ask. All right, sure. Let's go.
Well, you actually agreed. No worries, you must be busy.
Ah, so you do have a polite side.
Wow.
After being down here for so long, I imagine you must feel like you're lacking companionship. Shall I come along too? Yeah, don't worry, we'll come back to see you. Paimon really likes the cafeteria here. The chefs sure do know how to make good grub.
I
Aki.
hope you won't be here as convicts the next time I see you.
We'll do our best to stay out of trouble. Well, it seems our work in the
Gotta
Fortress
keep in
of
mind
Mirapede is finished.
not to
That's
eat the
end of
cake meant for
first chapter
Furina.
in our journey. And since Neuvillette was the one who
Or any of her
was
desserts, I
friendly,
guess.
we should probably go report to him now. Next up, the Palais Mermonia.
Le Mamonia. Le
You're going
Mamonia.
to see Monsieur Neuvillette? Please pass on our kind regards.
I'm sure just your regards will do, no?
I believe it would be the polite thing to do.
You're right. I've heard the Palais has been terribly busy these days. Tell him that I hope he hasn't been overwhelmed by the recent string of troubles.
So what I'm hearing is there's like 15 other things I need to do. Okay, yeah, I should probably do that.
Showering you with praise.
She actually has a faster combo than I thought.
Ah.
Looking cool. Right now she's in Numa. When she goes to... Wait, Numa or Wuja? And Lynette is... Wuja. Okay, so...
Ah.
When she goes to Wuja, she has short hair. When she goes to Numa, she has long hair. Pretty cool. Let me actually send something to a friend. I don't know how you spell Wuja. O-U-S-I-A. There we go. Okay.
Wait, did I hear that right? Monsieur Neurvalette, are you sure you'd like to take over the case yourself?
That's right.
No, but why? Technically speaking, cases like this are better left to the guards. Neurvalette! Sidine! Hey there! What are you
Sidine.
two talking about? Ugh, Traveler in Paimon, please help me talk our Chief Justice out of this. He wants to investigate. No, this is completely unprecedented. How can we have the Udex acting like a private detective?
Planning to break into a new industry? I can introduce you to some amazing detectives.
I trust that you'd be able to work that out with how well connected you are.
Yeah.
But I must apologize. I do not plan on relying on anyone else's help for this matter.
So, what is it exactly? It sure sounds serious if it's something you've got to investigate personally.
A Melusi named Kiara received a threat.
Kiara?
And then?
Like...
That is all the information I have acquired at this stage.
in Germany?
I have no idea what
If you know the
is
clip,
up over
then
this.
you know what I'm talking about.
I've checked the schedule in advance, and it seems like there aren't any trials today. So, if you
Please.
insist,
One,
I have no
two,
objections.
six,
Thank you for
and
understanding.
1, 2,
I will leave a note
5.
explaining my absence on my desk. I would
Where
appreciate
are-
it if you could take it to Lady
what
Furina.
about
She may have no
before?
interest in official affairs.
Anyways,
but standard procedure dictates that I'm still responsible for reporting to her.
Yes, understood. I'll come back later and deliver the note to her.
just skip everywhere, don't they?
Judging from Sadine's reaction, it must be pretty rare for you to investigate stuff personally. What's so special about this case?
I cannot tell you just yet, but it reminded me of certain past events. There could be complicated conflicts of interest behind all this, so I must eliminate all risks in advance.
Come on, stop being so secretive. We still have no idea what's going on.
It is not my intention to keep you in the dark, but I need some time to revisit those memories and collect my thoughts. Long story short, a little more than 400 years ago, I became the Iudex of Fontaine and initiated a series of institutional reforms. There were few people I could trust, but I had two subordinates who were exceptionally trustworthy and capable. Carol, a Melusine, and Vautrin, leader of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol.
They must have been amazing people to receive such high praise from you.
Indeed. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to protect them. The reforms damaged the interests of some, and the more conservative faction took advantage of Carol's identity to instigate political unrest. Ultimately, they wanted me to yield more of my power. The incident resulted in Carol taking her own life, and Vautrin being exiled. From then on, I've been especially careful when dealing with cases related to Melusines. All Melusines used to live a secluded life away from human society. I granted their wishes when some of them, including Carol, asked me to bring them to the court of Fontaine. Many common folk believe that I share a special bond with the Melusines, and whatever they do can be traced back to me. Some of them, especially those who hold a grudge against me, exploit that belief and stir up conflict over Melusines in an attempt to lay the blame on me. I have nothing against the opinions of others, but the moment a whirlpool of conspiracy forms, it inevitably affects the innocent. It has already happened once, and I want to make sure it does not happen again.
Even so, why do you have to be the one investigating?
Seems personal.
There's the guards, the Maréchaussée Phantom, and the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol. Aren't they more than enough to figure out what's going on?
Based on prior experience, there is a high chance that those who hold hostility towards me do not belong to the same department. The political system of Fontaine is relatively complex and involves the interests of multiple different factions. However, since I am technically an outsider in Fontaine, a lot of trouble could be avoided if I personally took on the case.
Hold on. Just moving stuff around. This is cool. I'm gonna blanket. Just cover my arms a little. Instead of a jacket. Why? I don't know.
Outsider? But aren't you the Chief Justice of Fontaine? Why would you be an outsider?
Wasn't originally from Fontaine.
I understand where you are coming from, but there is not necessarily a connection between my responsibilities and how I perceive myself. You know very well about my true identity, and have even met others of my kind in other nations. Even though I was born with a human form, there is a fundamental difference between dragons and humans. Taking on the role of Chief Justice does not make me a part of this community. In fact, the status I was granted has prevented me from forming deeper bonds with others. I have lived in Fontaine for a long time, but I do not belong here. That is why I call myself an outsider, a fish out of water.
Yeah, we have nothing to do with all those organizations anyway. So how about we come with you on your investigation?
Yeah, easy.
Let's team up and round up all the bad guys lurking in the dark.
That does not sound like a bad idea. I rarely investigate cases on my own, but with professionals like you around, I'm sure...
I don't know about professionalism, but...
Oh, Vaimon's starting to get a little embarrassed. Just leave it to us.
I will write my note of absence right away. Let us depart together once I'm done. Let us go. We should visit Kiara first and try to gain a better understanding of the situation.
So Neuvillette feels like he doesn't truly belong here in Fontaine, but is that really true? Paimon feels like he has a kinda skewed perspective on a lot of things. Anyway, let's catch up with him first. dragon out of water suit you better?
Thank you for your suggestion. I will consider using the more accurate term in private occasions. Please allow me to rephrase. Has a dragon out of water?
Ugh. That sounds kind of weird. Let's stick with the previous version instead.
Yeah. Your suggestion though. Yes, Kiara. Kiara? I don't know. About the threatening letter. You guys know what's cool?
Strike a pose.
This. She could just walk on water. Like Kokomi could use her burst to walk on water, but Furina, she just has to use her E, and then she could walk for I don't know how long actually. And then she could walk for 30 seconds. Oh, that's actually cool. Cooldown of 20 seconds. Duration 30 seconds. Be nice. I see the Kiara.
The weather's amazing today.
Kiara.
Huh? Monsieur Neuvillette! And you are? Oh, I remember. You're the Traveler and Paimon. I've heard about you. Aw, she's adorable. Hey there, it's nice to meet you. Thanks for the compliment. Is there anything I can do for you?
I heard from Sidine that you received a threatening letter.
A threatening letter? Oh, right! I remember now. The letter fell through the crack in my door as I was heading out this morning. It said something about catching me, so I thought someone wanted to play hide and seek. But Sidine told me it was a threatening letter, and that I could be in danger. But that's not gonna happen with everyone looking after me, right?
Have you run into any suspicious-looking people recently?
Suspicious-looking people? What counts as suspicious?
Possibly behind you.
Did you think of something?
Don't say your shadow.
Nope. I don't remember meeting anyone
Oh,
like that.
what's she?
Do you still have the letter with you? I want you to show me what it says.
Oh, let's see. Found it.
Words. Letters.
Now then. Get lost. If you don't leave the Maréchaussée Phantom, I will come and catch you in person. Don't say I didn't warn you. A simple threat. Neither the handwriting nor the content itself reveals anything about the writer's intentions. We can't rule out that possibility. Since you can't think of anyone suspicious, I will be heading back to the Palais Mermonia to review some official documents. Kiara, you should come with us. It's safer if you stay close by.
Sure. Wait, no. I still have a case to work on. I promised Alof that I'd check on her place later.
But you are being watched right now. Going off on your own could be—
And that's where we come in to help. We'll stay with Kiara and make sure she's safe. With us around, anyone scheming to hurt Kiara can forget about it.
Forget about it.
Traveler, Big Sis Paimon.
Big Sis Paimon.
Don't worry, your Big Sis Paimon is super strong.
All right. Let us go our separate ways for now. Please—
We'll take her to a lost place right away. See you. So, Kiara, how old are you? Let me think. 1, 2, 10? I can't remember. But it! I remember coming to the Court of Fontaine with Carol and Neuvillette. That must have been a long time ago. Carol? Didn't Neuvillette mention her just now? That was more than 400 years ago! Why would Paimon be a big sister to you? My memory isn't that good. But Carol told me I could address others based on how I feel about them. Paimon feels a lot more grown up than me, so you're a big sis.
Oh,
Huh, Paimon sees.
that makes sense.
Hey, Traveler, did you hear that?
A picture was taken.
Strange. Paimon felt like someone was following us. Olaf!
Kiara, you're here. Huh? Wait, aren't these two?
Oh, they're the Traveler and Big Sis Paimon.
I thought so. What brings you here? Did you run into any trouble?
It's not really trouble anymore with us around. May I begin inspecting the store as planned?
Of course. Go.
Alright.
No hazards detected.
Huh?
Cleared the inspection.
Like, just like that?
Seems like the criminal from that case last month never set foot in here at all. That was quick. What were you inspecting? I took a look around the shop. Neuvillette says that us Melazines have special eyes that can see things people can't. Things like bloodstains. No matter how hard you try to clean them up, we Melazines can see the residual stains for some time. Pretty cool.
All right. Now that you're done inspecting, hear me out. I'm planning to release an outfit for children next month and wanted to hire you as my model.
Of course. Is there anything I need to do?
Please wait a moment while I take your measurements. The sample should be a perfect fit.
Seems like they get along really well. Huh? What are you looking at? Is there really someone watching us? Shh.
That was over. Okay. Charlotte?
Shower me with praise.
Strange. Why isn't he back yet?
Gotcha!
Her face.
Charlotte, what are you doing here? Oh, wait, don't tell Paimon you're the one who sent Kiara that threatening letter.
But she doesn't seem the type to do that. Yeah, no.
Threat letter? What threat letter?
I don't mind about it. Don't worry about it. It's nothing. What are you doing here?
This is starting to feel like an interrogation. Okay, I'll be straight with you. I don't know the slightest thing about that threat letter you mentioned. I only wanted to follow Monsieur Neuvillette and request an interview with him.
You want to interview him?
Naturally, she's a
That's right.
journalist.
Only one, you know. Interviewing him is every journalist's
Yeah.
dream. But it's not an easy task to accomplish. The Palais Mermonia rarely accepts appointment requests from us, and we never have the chance to interrupt when the court's in session. So imagine how surprised I was seeing him out on the streets today. It seemed like you were investigating something too. The perfect opportunity to whip up an exclusive, don't you think? Of course, I'll make sure to turn in my manuscript to him for review. I have my principles, and I'd never publish an article without the consent of all parties involved.
I don't think it'd be. Better we keep
Yeah,
this.
we're doing a secret investigation that can't be made public knowledge.
I see. Well, if you say so, I guess I'll put this matter aside for now. In exchange, could you tell me what the threat letter is about?
All right, then.
Probably hurry back to her.
What? Someone's targeting a cute little Melazine?
Shh, not so loud.
It just so happens that I did an interview with Kiara. Last month, in fact. It was well received by our readers, so I was planning to continue the series. And now someone's coming after her. I'll ask my colleagues about it. Who knows? We might find something. And don't worry, I know what I'm doing. But I gotta warn you, even if I keep my lips sealed.
Why?
People care a great deal about Monsieur Neuvrelet's each and every move. Some may have already realized that something was up. Besides, anyway, I'll get going now.
Well, that was a nice chat. Let's head back and check on
You ever like start exhaling, then you stop? Like, I don't know. It's just exhale. Like, there's not much air. Oh, hello.
What do you think? The design looks pretty good, huh?
I think it's great.
Huh. It's very pretty indeed.
Haran, what are you
Fun.
doing here? It seems that you just showed up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
As I passed by the Palais Mermonia, I heard that Neuvillette was investigating a case with you. Technically speaking, he and I are under an employer-employee relationship. It didn't feel right to have my employer personally take on such trivial cases. I happened to have some time at the moment, and came to take a look. I sometimes have my clothes custom-made at this boutique, in any case, so we always
Beauty
have a lot to
boutique.
talk about.
Fake type.
Oh,
Good song.
Neuvillette sure is lucky to have someone like you.
Leave this to me. You should go meet up with Neuvillette.
Okay then, we'll leave Kiara in your hands.
Final countdown. Why is that in my head? That was so random. Watch OGB's live. Okay. I'm not gonna watch. I don't think majority of the Twitch streamers I follow, I don't even watch. There's like on occasion Fillion. Giga. I watched a few of Amelia Watson's streams on Twitch. CSGO. A couple months ago.
Oh, you're back. Is everything all right?
Si, senor.
We ran into Cloran. She offered to help us protect
Right,
Kiara.
senor.
That is good to hear. I trust her abilities. It looks like Kiara is in good hands.
We thought so too.
Sophisticated
Well,
but
did you find any leads?
I've been looking over the case records, specifically inspection reports submitted by Kiara and major cases I've judged over the past decade. I've come up with two plans. On one hand, I could start with Kiara and track down the group behind all this step by step. On the other, I could also analyze the conflicting interests of these major cases and confirm my suspicions if there is indeed a mysterious group that bears a grudge against me.
They both sound like pretty solid plans, but can you really finish browsing through all these documents? That's a lot of reading even for Paimon.
Don't worry. I'm a fast reader when it comes to official documents. After all, I have several hundred years of reviewing under my belt.
We'll help you read through them. We have nothing else to do.
Thank you. I will continue looking through the ones piled up on the desk, but feel free to browse through anything else in this room.
bribery case. Obviously. Defendant Riley has confessed to his crimes and is declared guilty. Riley will be exiled to the Fortress of Meripede, where he will be serving his sentence. During the trial, Nuvla remained silent for a long time. Interesting. Representative Council proposal. The Representative Council has filed a request to collaborate with some. Based on research, they believe Miller is going to enhance the popularity of these events. So, Phantom has yet to respond, however, it is not yet prohibited. Something. Smuggling. Joint forces of the guards and some Phantom. Principal offenders have received judgment based on the severity of their crimes. Please refer to the appendix for the list of names. About Spina de Rosula. Callus, boss of the Spina de Rosula. I feel like you're supposed to roll the R there. Callus, boss of the Spina de Rosula, was defeated. I don't know. Callus, boss of Spina de Rosula. Why roll my D? Callus, boss of Spina de Rosula, was defeated in the duel and died of serious injury. The defense of his honor is now come to a close. The defendant did not raise any objections to the trial. Iudex Nouvelle reserves judgment in this case. The details are still under investigation.
Have you made any progress?
Maybe I saw something to do with that.
But there wasn't
Oh,
anything
no.
useful. Oh, there's so many documents lying around.
I would love to answer that question, but the truth is I've never made a precise calculation myself. If memory serves me right, there should be at least 100,000 cases. The documents you see are just a small fraction of what's really there.
Whoa, that's a lot. Looks like the work of a Chief Justice isn't easy at all.
Keep in mind, it has also been over the course of 400 years.
That might be how it seems from another's perspective, but trials and official duties are, to me, simply routine. There are many documents here. Take a break if you are tired.
How many times have you brushed your teeth? It's like that, you...
You read Paimon's mind.
All right, let us take a break then.
Even though resting is a part of taking a break, shouldn't we at least talk about something? All this silence is making Paimon feel really awkward.
Please pardon my lack of consideration. People rarely come to the Palais Mermonia for matters outside of work. To be quite honest, I am not sure what we should do. Would you like to have some drinks, perhaps? You must be thirsty after all that work.
Ooh, drinks! Thank you! Paimon wonders what Novelette likes to drink. Oh, maybe he's a fan of really fancy wines.
I feel like baby apple juice. I feel like a
He's
juice.
the type of person who'd own an entire winery. You know, like D-Luke.
Imagine we just start see D-Luke here now.
What's inside these glasses? It looks just like water.
Primordial water? Eh?
An astute observation. It is indeed water.
Yeah. Well, there's your answer.
So it's just plain old water?
What did you think it was?
Since you're the Chief Justice and all, Paimon thought you'd prefer something more...
What, is water not sophisticated enough for you?
This water is indeed very special.
Oh,
It would not be an overstatement to call it sophisticated.
I want to hear the details.
I believe you've already tried Fonta. In fact, there are many other drink factories in Fontaine, including those that specialize in packaging pure drinking water. Said water is sourced from all across Tevat, including Mondstadt's Cider Lake, Liyue's Chintsa Village, and Inazuma's Konda Village. Here is one of their latest products, water from Sumeru's Apam Woods. If I were to
Sometimes.
comment on their mouthfeel, the waters of Cider Lake warm the heart. The waters of Chintsa Village have a poignant touch, while one might call the waters of Konda Village placid. Distinct differences exist between the waters of each area. You will appreciate their intricacies once you taste them carefully.
Sorry.
Really? Let Paimon try!
This tastes like water. You have to be
What do you think?
connoisseur of this kind of thing.
Nope. Paimon couldn't taste any difference at all. Isn't this just normal water?
How regrettable. It seems like you still have a long way to go in refining your tastes.
Hey, this
Ha
has
ha.
nothing to do with refining our taste. Paimon's pretty sure most ordinary people can't tell the difference. How did you do it anyway? Oh, could it be because you're the Hydro Dragon?
It could be the case.
We are allowed to bring that up, right? Since no one else is around? Oh, Paimon's been wanting to ask this for ages. If you're the Hydro Dragon, why would you become Chief Justice in
I feel like someone's overhearing this right now. I'm just going to like publish something and make it public.
Sorry. Paimon was just curious. You don't have to answer.
There's nothing to hide. I was simply organizing my thoughts. I accepted this position because I wanted to seek out answers to questions that have perplexed me.
Questions? Are there really things you can't figure out?
Well, that's what the job's for.
Many, in fact. But the one question that puzzles me the most concerns my own existence. In essence, I neither know why I was born in this form, nor do I understand where my long life should take me. I lost many memories from the moment I was born. The primordial sea, for example. I can only vaguely recall its connection to me, but I am unaware of what that connection is exactly. Perhaps the elemental dragons of other nations may have some form of an answer. However, they are scattered across all of Tevat. Abruptly visiting could very well pose an unpredictable risk.
True. Some of them have very unique personalities, too.
I have been holding on to these unanswered questions
Yeah,
for a long time.
Sumeru.
But there is one thing I've discovered along the way.
Yazuma's
My
is
emotions
dead,
seem to
actually.
resonate with those of others. Even I don't have the slightest idea what they mean. My guess would be that there are at least some similarities between humans and myself. By observing their
Have you made any progress then?
I didn't mean to click it.
Perhaps, but I find such progress difficult to describe. As an outsider, chances to engage in meaningful interactions with others are few and far between. That's why I'm quite thankful for this chat. Such opportunities are rare.
I knew I was
Alas, time
gonna
is
be
limited.
tired
We should
around
move
this
on with our
time.
investigation.
Are we gonna continue
What is it,
reading
like
these
5:20 now?
Paimon's getting dizzy
5:24.
already.
Dang, that's pretty
I
accurate.
wasn't able to find any leads even after browsing through most of the documents. But while we were on the topic of water a moment ago, another idea came to me.
Water? Do you mean...
Fountain of Lucine?
That's right. The Fountain of Lucine is where all of Fontaine's waters converge. It is the vessel of countless memories and emotions. If there really were an organization attempting to use Melusines against me, they should also hold an intense resentment towards me. Perhaps we'll be able to find some new leads by sensing the hydro element within the fountain.
Huh. Why didn't Paimon think of that? Come on, let's go take a look.
Perhaps we should go. There shouldn't be too many people near the Fountain of Lucine during the evening.
Monsieur Neuvillette? I probably shouldn't disturb them.
Looks like we got lucky today. There's hardly anyone around.
What should we do next?
Back.
Traveler, can you still hear the voices from the fountain?
Perhaps leave the investigation to me. I need you to take a few steps back and keep a safe distance.
A safe distance? Nicolette, what exact... Whoa, it's glowing!
Oh. Fountain of Lucine lights up, a wave of dizziness washes over you. I'm gonna hear voices again. I can't walk here. Or jump. Oh, this is the past.
Thank you for bringing us here, Monsieur Neuvillette. The Court of Fontaine is truly incredible. There's so many things I've never seen or heard before.
I understand your excitement, but there's no need to thank me. Although I have responded to your wishes, it was not without personal interest. Melusine's special sight make them especially suited for joining the Maréchaussée Phantom. I'm certain you'll become an indispensable part of Fontaine's detective force.
I know, but I'm really glad to be of help. Not only can I repay you for your kindness, but also, it feels like my life has become a lot more meaningful.
But a meaningful life also comes with its risks.
It's definitely the safest to just stay in the village, but I want to see the outside world nonetheless. In truth, I've never really understood the purpose of my existence, or what I'm capable of contributing to this world. For the past 20 years, we've stayed in our village without finding any answers. That's why we wanted to leave our village and look for the meaning of our existence elsewhere.
Man, it's only been an hour.
I understand your confusion. In fact, I feel the same way. I too came here for an answer to my questions about my own existence.
Really? Could you tell us what we should do to fit in as you did? The truth is, many people threw rocks at us today and told us to go back to our village. It hurt a lot when they hit me in the head, and I tried really hard not to cry.
Logically speaking, both time and effort are essential when different species attempt to peacefully coexist. It will be a difficult road ahead, with countless obstacles to overcome. Different identities and ways of thinking all contribute to strengthening the barrier between one another. Removing it will be no easy feat. There aren't many suggestions I can share, because just like you, I haven't fully integrated into this society. Despite my social status, I am still an outsider.
Oh, I see. Let's all do our best then. I'm confident that we'll find the meaning of our existence one day.
I believe in you, but you shouldn't lose sight of the difficulties ahead. If you run into any trouble, I suggest that you inform Vautrin, the captain of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol.
Huh? Is he the person I met in the Palais Marmonia earlier?
Yes? Do you have any concerns?
That stone-faced human. He didn't even bother to look at me when I tried talking to him. It felt like he wasn't interested in anything but work.
He is an earnest man. There will be plenty of opportunities to work together in the future, so please try to get along.
anything.
Thanks, but no need.
Oh,
Why so mad?
hello! I'm Carol, a Melazine. Is there anything you need help with?
Get away from here! I'm calling the guards.
What'd she do?
Please, calm down. I don't mean to cause any harm.
Hard to say.
No, what'd she do?
We should probably stay away from these monsters. Haven't you realized? Strange incidents have been increasing ever since they came.
Why should we trust this species from who knows where anyway? I can't believe Nervilet allowed them into the court of Fontaine just like that.
Exactly. That so-called Chief Justice even granted them official positions. Not only that, but they're now responsible for investigating cases as well. I swear, there's some hidden agenda at play here.
Go away! Quit acting innocent!
I'm not leaving. I won't let you say bad stuff about him. We joined the Maréchaussée Phantom and solved lots and lots of cases. We've never done anything wrong.
Solving cases? With Nervilet in cahoots with you? You could have fabricated it all, and no one would know. So tell me, how can you guarantee that you Melazines aren't involved in anything that occurred recently?
How are we sure that you aren't?
Didn't I tell you before? Don't go advertising if you're not a good talker.
Vautrin?
Aside from spreading unjustified rumors, if you continue insulting members of the Maréchaussée Phantom, the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol has every right to subject you to interrogation. There have indeed been an increase in cases recently, perhaps due to the shifting currents of conspiracy, and I
my hearing
understand
went
your
black.
concern. However, there's been no evidence pointing towards Melazines being involved.
Even the captain of the security patrol is on their side. Nervilet's newly reformed police force is already corrupt to the core.
How can two completely different species possibly coexist?
You heard that?
Yeah. I don't understand. Why won't anyone believe us?
There have been rumors saying that you were born from calamity, and that you inherently bring danger to those around you. There are countless negative rumors about you floating around in Fontaine. It's near impossible for you to become a part of this society. Best if you give up before it's too late.
Monsieur Nervilet said that we needed to put both time and effort in. I don't know how long it'll take, but I can at least try making my best effort. I still want to try a little harder. Thank you for bailing me out earlier. Okay, I won't be taking any more of your time. I painted a lot of flyers last night, so I have to stay and hand them out to everyone.
Give them to me.
You're not gonna take them away, right?
We'll hand them out together. The faster we get this done, the sooner we can head back.
He's nice. But it says what it seems. Oh my god, it's a waypoint.
Monsieur Nervilet, what's this?
Medals of Peace, awarded to you and Vautrin. Thank you for your continued dedication in the past 5 years. You've taken one small step forward in helping Melazines gain the trust of humans.
I think I'll pass.
Hey, don't say that. We wouldn't have made it this far without you. It won't be long before Melazines begin living peacefully with the humans. Just the thought of it makes me happy.
Don't keep your hopes up. We've barely scratched the surface. There's still a long way to go before that dream of yours comes true.
You blockhead! Don't ruin the mood!
Vautrin brings up a good point. The trust humans have placed in you is still very fragile. Any small incident could undermine the hard work you've put in. Please be on your guard for the next few days.
Yes, sir.
Okay, got it.
Medal of Peace? Peace isn't going to give us back what's rightfully ours.
Are you sure we should do this? We're no match for Nervalette, even with all our powers combined.
Nah, not gonna happen. As long as he remains in his position, there's no chance he'd take us out personally. There are rules even he must comply with in the political sphere, unless he wants to become an enemy of Fontaine. So quit worrying and just go ahead with it. I've already planned out the murder. Once we lay the blame on the Melusines as the person who brought them to the court of Fontaine, Nervilette will be left with no excuse.
I guess you're right.
So,
If he just left things the way they were, it never would have come to this. But he's forced our hand.
Turn the murderer in!
Melusines can't be trusted! That goes for Nervalette, too!
Peaceful coexistence? What a joke. Get out of the court of Fontaine and don't ever come back!
The results of the investigation are in, Captain Vautrin.
Go on.
There is no direct evidence, but reasonable inference indicates that the ones controlling the situation are supporters of the old regime, whose interests have been undermined by the reform. They tricked Miss Carroll into going to the crime scene and pressed charges against her. After that, they incited panic among the people in order to make Monsieur Nervilette confess to his mistakes and yield up power. The guards were stopped by the enraged mob and couldn't intervene in time. Miss Carroll chose to sacrifice herself to pacify the situation.
Oh.
And she called me a blockhead. A little investigation would have cleared things up. Why didn't she wait until we'd established the truth? She didn't have to prove her innocence like that.
The situation had rapidly escalated to a physical altercation between infuriated citizens and the guards. Miss Carroll might have thought there was no better plan.
That is indeed something she'd do.
Captain Vautrin, should I present these results to Monsieur Nervilette right away?
There's no need. Notify the guards to restrict public access to all information.
Restrict access to...
There's something I've never told Carol. I had a little sister named Ilaria who passed away when I was very young. She's just like Carol in every possible way. Innocent, kind, always believing the best of people. People like her are the most vulnerable to deception and betrayal. From the moment I met Carol, I knew that she'd be easily manipulated by others. I kept a cold demeanor and tried lecturing her into giving up.
Looks like she was unfazed by that.
Yes. In fact, some of her spirit must have rubbed off on me instead. Because I too began working towards that pie-in-the-sky dream of hers. I should have known. Those cowards don't have the guts to confront Nervilette. They even avoided causing trouble for me. They were after Carol all along. Can you understand how I feel? Right now, there's only one thought on my mind. Only through bloodshed can their debt be repaid.
I understand, but I'm certain Monsieur Nervilette wouldn't accept that as a solution.
That's exactly why we need to keep this a secret. Give me the list of suspects. What happens after this has nothing to do with any of you. I will take responsibility for everything.
Did you know? They're hearing a major case today, and the criminal is Captain Vautrin of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol. Apparently, he resorted to personal measures to seek revenge for Carol and settled the score with the group that framed his friend.
I'm thinking... we should try our best to bail him out when the trial commences.
Bail him out?
Shh, keep it down! Haven't you realized? Both Vautrin and Carol are Nervilette's most trusted subordinates. After everything that happened to Carol, Nervilette's guaranteed to do everything he can to keep Vautrin around. Besides, now that the old regime has been uprooted, Nervilette's status is secure as can be. As long as we redirect public opinion, Nervilette will be able to give Vautrin a reprieve. The benefit...
Vautrin sought vengeance for his friend for a valid cause. This represents the justice he upholds. Please, think about it. If the same thing had happened to you, wouldn't you feel the same way he did?
That doesn't excuse for murder, though.
This whole thing started because of those despicable cowards who levied false accusations against Carol. How could Vautrin be declared guilty for seeking revenge?
Murder is a murder.
Mr. Vautrin is innocent! He's innocent!
Order! I acknowledge your arguments. Vautrin, your revenge could be seen as a form of justice. I understand your decision. Which is why I cannot help but feel regret and even grief about the judgment I must now impose. Personal justice does not equate to justice as defined by the law. To execute your plan for revenge, you abused your authority and conducted informal executions. Your actions have thus violated the law. Therefore, you will be declared guilty.
What?
That can't be! Monsieur Nervilette, please give this a little more thought.
Vautrin, my friend, is there anything else you want to say?
Nervilette, what have I done to deserve this? I've closely followed every one of your orders. Can't you see? Everyone in this room believes that I'm innocent. Is this what justice means to you?
Order. Since there have been no further objections, the Oratrice will now deliver the final verdict regarding the charges against Mr. Vautrin. According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal, Mr. Vautrin will be declared guilty.
I mean, yeah, you can't excuse murder is a murder, no matter the reason.
This all happened because of Carol's naive ideas.
How can different species peacefully coexist anyway?
Take a look at Monster.
Hey, stop spacing out!
I guess.
What's
Maybe.
wrong? Are you not feeling well?
Apologies, it seems like my memories got the better of me. I tried my best to suppress the power of Hydro within myself, but it seems like it still caused the emotions within the Fountain of Lucine to boil over. Due to my negligence, the overflow of emotions and memories must have affected you as well. Are you all right?
Wow. The Hydro Dragon is more powerful than Paimon thought. Anyways, the last time we came here,
My idea of powerful has been severely skewed by the light novels of
It is as you
Tensura.
said. This might be because I am different. It is not only the fountain. I can sense emotions from all waters in Fontaine. Rivers, lakes, and even the rain.
That sounds awesome!
But I rarely ever do anything like this. Emotions carried by water are always chaotic and disconnected. As an outsider, having my mind occupied with irrelevant memories isn't exactly a pleasant experience. Which ones? It's fine. I prefer not to speak of those memories. That does not mean I am deliberately hiding them. It was a coincidence, but perhaps it is a good thing that you saw everything in that form. You should now understand why I believe there to be a conspiracy behind all this. These two cases are much too similar. I felt like I needed to do something.
Paimon's starting to lose track of what you're saying. Don't leave Paimon out of the conversation.
Then let us get back to the point. While I was investigating the fountain, I discovered something strange. I did not sense too much hatred towards me within its accumulated emotions. I don't know what caused this to happen, but it seems like there won't be a shortcut to finding the organization that may be pulling the strings here. However, I did find some resentment directed towards Kiara. If I remember correctly, it seemed to be related to a smuggling case.
Those two text and voice lines were swapped.
Oh, didn't we read about that in one of the documents?
You've read about it? In that case, the resentment should have come from that incident.
Huh? What are you doing here? I was just about to look for you at the Palais Mermonia.
Navia, perfect.
Navia, nice to see you again. Is there something we can help with?
I've heard some things, but I'm not purposely asking around or anything. Don't worry. Rumors are abroad that someone's scheming against Melusines, and that you're investigating the case. So I told the Spina di Rosula to keep an eye out for leads. We've had unfamiliar faces showing themselves at the Fleuve Cendre lately. Maybe you'll find the suspects among them.
Thank you. Where did you hear about all this?
The Chief Justice out on investigation, accompanied by the Traveler from afar. No matter how you conceal your whereabouts, there will be countless eyes watching
Yeah.
you. You talked to Kiara, but didn't ask her to keep things secret. People curious to know asked around for information, then it was only a matter of time before word of the threatening letter spread all across Fontaine.
So that's what Charlotte meant.
Indeed. I did not expect that this could be kept hidden for too long, but the rumors still spread faster than I imagined.
You know, it could be because you attract more attention than you think.
Yeah.
Anyway, any progress with the investigation?
The suspects who threatened Kiara might have to do with a certain smuggling case, but it is still uncertain if there is in fact another party behind all this. We are planning to return to the Palais Mermonia to revisit some details and identify the senders of that threatening letter.
All right, then I'll round up the Spina di Rosula and follow up on their progress. Wait for my word. Ta-ta!
Neverlet, do you think there'll be any problems now that the word is out?
I have already considered that possibility, and I do not think that there will be any. As a matter of fact, once the word gets out, no one would dare to harm Kiara in broad daylight. What is more important is how the case is perceived by the public. 400 years ago, they chose to side with the old regime and direct their resentment towards the Melusines. I hope the same won't happen again. Let us head back to the Palais.
Strange. What are these people doing out on the streets so late at night? Did something happen? Let's take a look around.
This can't be good.
Have you heard? Someone's plotting against a Melusine. This is 100% the truth. Even the Chief Justice is investigating in person.
What? That's it! Who's been threatening Melusines? Show yourself!
Our enemies are lurking in the shadows and won't easily reveal themselves.
This isn't
no
good.
amount of hiding will keep us from finding them.
That's exactly what I wanted to say. The guards have already begun to take action. We can't just stand by and watch. Think about how much we owe them. Now that they're in danger, how can we just sit back and do nothing?
Everyone, please stay alert to your surroundings from now on. If you see any suspicious persons, report them to the guards immediately.
It feels like you've been following me this whole time. Did something happen?
We were informed that.
Nope. We just finished our shifts and happened to be strolling by.
Have you had dinner yet? Why don't we check out the new items at the dessert shop together?
This isn't a good time to be out and about.
Come on, don't act tough. I bet you're hungry too.
All right, let's go buy a cake or something.
You shouldn't ever skip meals, especially if you have another shift scheduled for later.
I heard even Nervilette's keeping an eye on the situation. This is the perfect chance to get promoted. We gotta make sure we give it all we've got.
Seriously? Were you planning to shirk your duties if Nervilette wasn't involved?
Relax, I was just playing. We've worked together for years now. If something happened to them, I'd be haunted by regret for the rest of my life.
That's more like it. We should stand guard until the criminal has been caught.
Come and fight me instead, you cowards! Have you heard? Even the special patrol came to help.
Shh! Look! Isn't that Nervilette?
Looks like there's nothing to worry about.
This is truly wonderful.
So, wanna go over and say hi?
No, I should stay where I am. My appearance could give rise to unnecessary commotion. Let us stick to our plan and return to the Palais Mermonia. The faster we uncover the truth, the better.
One thing I did realize while playing Furina last night, when I got her, I think you have to wait till her E is over in order to go underwater. That's too far, otherwise I would have went down the water and walked over.
Now disappear! Shit!
Okay, man, I think I may just head off after this story.
Surprise! Step on up!
Come into be! Live! Burst forth!
The smuggling case was solved by the joint forces of the guards and the Maréchaussée Phantom. This is the one. The list of involved suspects should be...
What does it say?
The principal offenders Domenico, Inica, Yuna, and others have been caught. They have been sent to the fortress of Meripede following trial. Those with close connections or mutual interests with the offenders but who did not participate in the case will not stand trial. Among them, surveillance of Essin has ceased on account of his good behavior. All other personnel remain on our watch list.
So many names. Is the one who sent that threatening letter to Kiara on the list?
Yes, there is something suspicious about Essin, to be precise. It seems like he's closely related to the core members of the smuggling case, and he moves around without much restriction.
Monsieur Nervilette, someone claiming to be from the Spina de Rasula just checked in with us. He said, and I quote, "We have located the suspect. They're chatting at the cafe." Huh? How did Navia find them so quickly?
I too am perplexed. The cafe isn't too far from here.
This may not be good. Actually, wait a second. Do I take fall damage if I fall onto water? A bit late, but...
Hey Navia, we're here! these people? Hey there, are you Navia's friends too?
These are the people who have had recent dealings at the Marechaussee Phantom. They're usually hidden in the Fleuve Cendre, but I sent for someone to invite them over.
Invite them over?
Exactly. Now, I heard there's great coffee here, and so I asked them if they'd like to come and have some.
Yeah, it's our pleasure to be guests of the Spina di Rosula.
I've wanted to have a meetup like this for ages.
But... oh well. Let's get back to business.
Yes, that's me.
You're Essa?
Yes, Monsieur Nervilette.
Did you write that threatening letter to Kiara?
I did, but I was just following orders.
Orders from whom?
Domenico. He was my boss. I couldn't disobey his orders.
Domenico? Where is he now?
The fortress of Meropide.
Well, I'm afraid even the Spina would have trouble. It looks like you'll have to make the trip yourselves. This was as much as I could do.
You've done more than enough. I am extremely grateful for your help.
Leave the formalities for later. You should find Domenico first. If he really is the one setting up the conspiracy, it'd be best if he's exposed as soon as possible.
Definitely.
Let's head to the fortress.
But from inside the fortress of Meropide? Oh man.
Ad Astra Abyss. Thank you for
I didn't mean to do that. What time is it? It's 6.
The Palais Mermonia sure is buzzing with activity today.
Halt! Huh? Oh, it's you two. Apologies. Monsieur Nervilette did say you'd be welcome at any time.
Excuse me. Would you mind helping me take a...
I'll be right there. Sorry, I've got my hands full here.
Everyone's so busy. See?
Hello. You've come at the right time, but you'll have to wait for just a moment. In the meantime, please, have a seat. If you'd like to have something to drink, let the Melusine outside know.
That's all right. We just ate.
Very well, then.
Let's take a break over there while we wait for him to finish his work.
All right. That should wrap things up for now.
Are you done with your work?
Yes, sorry to keep you waiting. Today should be the day you were released from the Fortress of Meripede, and it appears that you have managed to complete all the release paperwork.
That's right, and we came here to see you right away.
A massive whale.
Do you have any idea what that might be?
Judging from your description, that cannot have occurred in any ordinary waters, but rather something like the primordial sea. A whale of that size and shape cannot usually be found in the waters of Tevat. Therefore, we can only assume that Child is presently immersed in primordial seawater.
Immersed in primordial seawater? But how? And is he okay?
Most people wouldn't be
Yes,
capable of
functional
entering in
now.
the first place. I'm not completely sure how he could have gotten there myself. Yes? What is it?
Ah, right! We asked the Duke and he said it wasn't from underwater, so we figured...
It turns out that I have just received a report about this particular matter. In fact, that's exactly what I was busy with a moment ago. The source of the tremor was here on the surface near Poisson. After the shaking stopped, the water levels in the Poisson area rose at an alarming rate.
The water levels rose? Oh no!
Fortunately, the water levels only rose for a short period of time and have already returned to normal now. However, if the change in water levels is connected with the leaking primordial seawater, then the situation in Poisson may be much worse than it appears.
Navia should be in Poisson, right? We need to go check on her!
I would also like to go there as soon as possible, but I'm afraid I can't leave just yet. We must immediately formulate disaster prevention plans for the surrounding coastal areas to avoid potential catastrophes. I'll have to ask you two to go to Poisson first.
There's no time to lose! Let's get going!
Please be careful.
I go back to the Nuvola quest.
Over here!
Probably want to meet up with Mr. Archduke.
We once thought the Fortress of Meripede would be super scary, but looking back on it, it really wasn't that bad at all. You've got a set schedule, guaranteed food and board, and you can even buy all kinds of stuff with credit coupons. It's really no surprise that many people don't even want to leave. Oh, you mean Risley? He's definitely a pretty impressive leader. Well, he does look kind of intimidating. Paimon wonders how he's like with the people here. Do they also get the same guy we do, or is he a lot harsher with the bad guys? Yeah, he must be doing something.
Excuse me, did I hear someone there? Could you...
Huh?
Excuse me, is someone passing by?
Nope, Paimon wasn't dreaming. There's someone over there for sure. But...
Oh, did you hear my call? Thank you so much. I'm over here, inside this big box.
Yeah, I thought so.
You're inside the box? Oh no, why are you hiding in here anyway? If we hadn't happened to pass by...
It's a bit complicated. Can we not talk about that for now?
Did someone shave your eyebrows?
Whoa, that's terrible. Did someone seriously do that to you?
No, it was nothing quite that serious. I'd just like some help.
Just your hat? Huh. Wait, Paimon gets it! Something must have happened to your hair!
How do you spell it out?
Sorry! So that's what happened. Paimon gets it now. You just need your hat, right? We'll get it back to you.
I think you may have misunderstood me, but it's a soft and brown hat with a bit of a brim. I think I probably lost it near the entrance elevator. It's really important to me, so your help would mean the world.
Don't worry, we'll be back.
This isn't the quest I was thinking I was doing. No way, yeah, it is. Learn of the culprit's name from criminals Navia gathered. However, not this. This. Okay. Oh, it's just because I was in the area that it decided to be like, hey, here you go, another quest for you to start. Oh no. Not now.
Welcome to the Fortress of Meripede, dear esteemed guests.
We're back! Oh, and a greeting from none other than the Duke himself! Guess we made a name for ourselves at this place.
This isn't anything new. I figured you had important matters to discuss when the two of you, not to mention the Chief Justice, showed up. Let's assume we've gone through the pleasantries and cut right to the chase. I do remember a thing or two about Domenico. He once attempted to round up the other inmates and instigate a protest.
Who does this guy think he is? Paimon hopes nothing came of it.
He once attempted to, I said, meaning that it was over before it even started.
Oh.
And now he's threatening Melazines, is he? To be honest, Domenico doesn't seem like much of a conspirator. The fact that the three of you bothered to personally investigate raises a flag. Is there something else going on behind the scenes here?
He's got the same concerns we do.
I am concerned about this incident because something similar has occurred in the past. I wish to meet Domenico in person and have my questions answered.
That's an easy one. Let me think. I think he's at...
Did I hear someone say Melazine? What happened?
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, and we're investigating. The person really? Is Kiara gonna be okay?
There's no need to worry. Clarande is protecting her as we speak.
Well, that's great. But if the criminal's still... Is there anything you can do about this?
Ah, head nurse. Do you require me to personally deal with the criminal?
Wriothesley.
Okay, I get it. I'll bring Domenico to you. That's your only demand.
Think of it as more of a humble request. I'm here on my own accord, not to formally transfer a criminal for trial. I urge you to set aside any concerns. Thanks for the trouble. Consider me in your debt.
Whoa! If Paimon were the Duke, Paimon would take this chance to ask for something really important.
Well, were I still a criminal, I'd probably ask for a lighter sentence. But I'm sure Monsieur Neuvillette would reject that. But enough jokes. I'll look for Domenico and bring him to you. Make yourselves at home. Our dear head nurse has mentioned you quite a few times, so I'm sure she has a lot to say.
Please come with me to the infirmary. And watch your step. There's some pretty dark areas, so make sure you don't trip over anything. Step on up.
Did Neuvillette just walk by?
Now that I think about it, I can leave this place soon. Huh?
Please rest here for a moment. Oh, and would anyone like anything to drink? Paimon's not that thirsty, but thirst is a warning sign that you're dehydrated, which means you have to drink up even before that. I'll bring you some tea. I'm sure you'll have a lot to talk about. Typical Sijun. Concerned about everyone's health as always. Why aren't you two saying anything?
You noticed them too. The badges they wore on their chests looked quite familiar.
Familiar? But if both of you say so, let's go ask them about it.
That's not a bad idea. I will stay here and wait for news from you.
I guess he's gonna be reading.
Surprise!
branches they have, though? I didn't notice any. Oh.
Anything you need? Oh, this? Are you interested in joining the Mutual Aid Network?
What's that?
We have a very long history, going back as far as we have never had
400?
many members throughout our history, nor do we have much of a reputation, but everyone treats each other like family. Helping each other is our purpose.
Sounds like a pretty neat organ.
Oh, but people won't give us a hard time if we...
You two look kind. It's the symbol of the Mutual Aid Network designed by our first president. From what I've heard, it's based on something called a Medal of Peace. I've never seen one of those medals for myself, though.
Isn't that the medal that Neuvillette gave?
The first president of our network was an amazing person. Powerful as he was, he never used his strength against anyone. All of us have a lot of...
Interested in joining the Mutual Aid? If you'd like to learn more.
Help each other, do all you can to further justice. Do not detest just judgment. The above are 3 principles. All are welcome to join. There are no compulsory group events. The Mutual Network encourages members to do what they're able, including but not limited to cleaning, exercising, tutoring, and studying. It is hoped that the Mutual Aid Network members will, during their time in the Fortress of Meripede, face up to the crimes that they have committed, encourage each other to support each other, and welcome
Our
to the
slogan may have
future
evolved over the
each other.
centuries, but our goal has remained unchanged. Here, this book is for you. You're welcome to come and sign up.
We should have gathered enough information. Let's head back and talk to Neverland.
So they're from the Mutual Aid Network, which is a group of people in Fortress of Meripede, spanning back 400 years ago, working together to help each other out.
Did you manage to gather any intel?
Mm-hmm. The people who wore the badges belong to an organization called the Mutual Aid Network. According to them, the badge's design was inspired by the Medal of Peace. Have you seen any of those before?
I personally crafted 2 of them myself. They were awarded to Carol and Vautrin. Carol's medal was destroyed in a fire. The only one that remained should belong to Vautrin.
Oh, so the network was inspired by...
Monsieur Neuvillette, His Grace has requested your presence in his office.
All right.
Over here!
Past 44 minutes flew by. 44 minutes, 52 seconds.
Allow me to introduce this fine gentleman, Domenico. Why don't you explain everything to him?
Neuvillette? What do you want?
Calm down. I merely want to ask you a few questions. Was it your idea to send that letter to a Melusine? Assain has already confessed, so there really isn't any need to keep hiding.
That idiot! I can't believe I trusted him.
Let me ask this another way. It was your idea to send that letter, correct?
Yes.
Who is pulling your strings?
What? You're not trying to frame me for something I haven't done, are you?
It's best if you realize the gravity of your situation. The Chief Justice of Fontaine has been personally investigating your case. I assume your previous attempt to incite unrest at the Fortress of Meripede has something to do with this as well.
I admit I acted on impulse. I'll tell you the truth. But before that, you must have—
I can do that.
You see, we're all reasonable people here.
I only intended to do some small business at first. Someone contacted me about delivering some goods and promised me a generous sum of more in return. After making a few trips, I was suddenly approached by the Maréchaussée Phantom. They accused me of smuggling prohibited items, and I was put on. But I refused to accept any of that. The ignorant can be rightfully absolved from guilt, right? Well, I suspect that someone got me locked up here so they could get their hands on my goods.
And then you decided to take revenge on the Melazines? Over that?
My initial target was Nervilette. Everyone in the fortress of Meropide was declared guilty by him, after all. So they must more or less hold a grudge against them, right? If I could get them to strike back. But for some reason, no one wanted to team up with me. That mutual aid network in particular. What did those nobodies even gain from trying to challenge me? Seriously. In the end, I had to redirect my focus onto Melazines to salvage things. I recall that Kiara was the one who confiscated my goods for inspection. So I asked one of the more approachable guards to send a letter, claiming that I meant to contact my family. But the letter was in fact addressed to Essa. I requested that he write a threat letter to Kiara and force it to resign from the Maréchaussée Phantom.
Am I to assume that the claims you've made are your own thoughts? Have you been in contact with any suspicious people recently?
No.
Is it true that all members involved in the smuggling scandal have been caught?
Yes. And that's all I know.
Sigewinne, please take him back to the detention center. I'll deal with him later. So, Monsieur Nervilette, you were concerned that there might be a shadowy faction looking to capitalize on the delicate situation with the Melazines to stir up greater chaos?
Yes. I experienced a similar incident in the past.
And how long ago was this incident?
More than 400 years.
You might be overthinking this. Time can change a lot of things.
What do you mean?
400 years ago, you and the Melazines you brought to Fontaine were the outliers in society. But in the present day, if someone were to threaten the safety of the Melazines, people wouldn't just sit back and do nothing.
That is true.
I trust that they would make different choices from before.
That's right! We saw lots of people standing up for Melazines on our way back to the Palais Mermon.
I thought that it was part of the plan to like stir public
the Melazines
unrest.
are a species you introduced to Fontaine. How the public treats them is also reflective of their attitude towards you. When people refused to place their trust in Melazines, it was because they were still on the fence about you, their unfamiliar Chief Justice. For almost 500 years, you've conducted every trial with impartiality. You made the right judgment each time, regardless of whatever nonsense went on. People no longer have any reservations about you, and even consider you a symbol of the law. Right now, your every decision will impact all of Fontaine. In other words, you've gradually transformed the whole nation.
Paimon gets it now. No wonder no one wanted to join forces with Domenico.
I am undeserving of such high compliments. From my perspective, I have simply been fulfilling my duties.
And those duties well have
It isn't anything special or worthy of praise. I'm simply fulfilling the promises I've made and searching for answers through my judgments. It is unnecessary to hold me in such high regard. The complexity of human emotions and willpower far exceed those of mine. As a matter of fact, I believe that you are the ones who deserve my respect.
There's no need to be so modest. The current state of affairs says it all. You're no longer that outsider you were before. Even if you wished to investigate something on your own, many would take the initiative to lend you a hand.
I must say that you've made a fair point.
Yeah, can't
Thank you
repeat
for
that.
clearing my doubts. Now that the case has been settled, I should get going.
Huh? You're leaving?
And so soon, too? Why not stay for a cup of tea?
Thank you for the offer, but I know how this place works all too well. While some are here to redeem themselves, there will inevitably be those who harbor resentment towards me. The less time I spend here, the better. My presence could very well result in an unwanted disturbance.
In that case, I'll have to insist. I still have 2 more things to say.
Please, go ahead.
The first is about the guard who helped Domenico send that letter.
Ah, I know of what you speak. The guard was indeed deployed from the Palais Mermonia's staff. However, as I mentioned earlier, I visited today on personal business. Therefore, I leave that matter in your hands.
Well, that makes things a lot easier. Hey now, don't let your imagination run wild. Those from up there have a tendency to sympathize with others. However, down here, such thoughts will put you at high risk. I'll have a chat with the guard and remind him to take precautions in the future.
I see no issues with that.
Great! That's one thing out of the way. What's the other thing you wanted to say?
The other thing was born from my own sense of curiosity. Now, I've heard that you investigated the mutual aid network. Is that right?
Very light.
I thought their badges looked familiar.
I noticed the small gang as well when I first took over the fortress of Meripede. They were not great in number, but every member always made sure to stand up for what was right. I've looked into their founder, Vautrin, who once stood
That
trial and
name
was
sounds
sentenced to
familiar.
imprisonment in the fortress. According to existing documentation, Vautrin remained disciplined throughout his imprisonment. He had never once engaged in physical or verbal aggression. In other words, how he presented himself in prison was very different from his behavior in court.
What? During his trial, I could sense that his feelings were complicated.
All right.
He appeared to be full of resentment, and I believe he had every right to feel that way.
Perhaps he had been putting on an act.
An act?
But why? That's what I was confused when watching his
Vautrin had a
trial.
close relationship as superior and subordinate. Vautrin must have known that the Chief Justice would make an impartial judgment. Thus, the more resentment he displayed, the clearer it would be to those present that you were upholding justice.
Ah.
And to those who had been sitting on the fence, Vautrin's act was a very meaningful one. That's all from me. Does anyone else have anything to say? No.
I don't have anything to say. Apart from expressing my gratitude, that is. Well then, let us head back.
Please, take care.
Will do. Oh. Something's up. Nervalet, you good?
That trial is something I rarely bring up in conversation, but I have always felt deep regret for what happened to both Carol and Vautrin. The words he spoke in court often replay in my mind, as if urging me on to do something.
But Risley said he never resented you, right? Isn't that a good thing?
I believe I now understand what he wanted to tell me. I feel conflicted about those words. How should I describe it? Surprise, relief, fear, and regret. But this blend of emotions has led me to finally understand some things. I would like to hear your thoughts, too. What do you think of me?
Paimon agrees with everything Risley said. As Chief Justice, every single one of your trials makes an impact on Fontaine. Hey,
What I really think is...
Oh my gosh, she's
every
speaking.
trial you've ever judged has left its impression on you. And that's what makes you who you are today.
That is indeed a reasonable assumption. As I said, I find it difficult to express my emotions because I cannot fully understand myself. But I trust your judgment. These changes were not due to any specific occurrence, but I will try to contemplate this further. Thank you both.
Oh.
Oh.
Huh? It's raining! Oh no, Paimon forgot to bring an umbrella! Come on, let's hurry before it rains harder!
Nervalet? You're good?
It's raining again? I've had enough of this weather.
There go my travel plans.
Did you read the news this morning? Quick, put away everything on the clothesline.
When is this rain going to stop?
Hydro Dragon, don't cry!
They're planning to reanimate the monster. We have to report this to the Chief Justice.
The Fortress of Meripede. It's a good place for me.
He owes me so many answers.
Nervilette? You could say he's the real symbol of Fontaine's justice.
Watch him closely. He could be trouble.
How can two completely different species possibly coexist?
Who's been threatening Melusines? Show yourself!
You will see much in the human world, from the delightful to the depressing. And one day, when you have dwelt among humanity long enough, you will be placed to bring judgment over all as a spokesperson for Fontaine's past.
Good morning, Monsieur Neuvillette! The rainy season's almost over! The skies are supposed to clear in a few days!
I hope you find time to enjoy the sunny days ahead.
The Navia, Florinde, and yeah, Charlotte.
Is the matter resolved?
Yep, we found the person who sent that threatening letter. Risley said he'd keep a close eye on him, so the Melusines should be safe now.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Sorry for dragging you all into this.
There's no need to apologize.
Yeah, you didn't drag us in. We got involved of our own accord.
By the way, where's Kiara?
At the Palais Mermonia, more than 50 people offered to protect her. Some even hid within the bushes to look out for danger.
Oh.
I was worried that the excess of protection would make her feel uneasy, so I asked her to stay inside the Palais. It's very safe in there.
Well, now it looks like the dust has finally settled to celebrate this joyous occasion. Monsieur Neuvillette.
That's not how you celebrate!
I will consider it.
Really?
Of course. My schedule is full for the following weeks, but I should be available next month. Come up with questions during the intervening days, and I will answer them to the best of my ability.
Oh, what a dream come true for her.
Yes! Thank you so much, monsieur!
Now, if you'll excuse me, I must head back to the Palais and issue a communique to publicize our investigation results. I hope it will assuage the concerns of all.
This should wrap it all up, right? Palais Mermonia? Ah, well, why'd I say it like that? The Palais Mermonia. Wow, I was so close. What does this have to do with the Palais Memoriam? Memoriam. Am I gonna see the overlay here?
Oh no. What happened here?
Wait, the water level rose.
Navia should be around here, right? We need to make sure she's still...
Oh, Navia, that's why. Probably. Maybe. No. Doesn't make too much sense.
We haven't seen a single soul all the way here.
What will I ever do now?
Look, there's someone on the roof over there.
Just stay put. We're coming up. Watch your balance.
All right. I'm not young.
Oh, he looks pretty sad.
My leg! How could this have happened?
Just hang in there. Help is on the way.
I don't understand why it didn't let me, but oh well. Still have a lot of quests I need to do. That was a sneeze. She's sleeping while standing up.
Kiara? It's quite all right. I'm here to tell you that we have caught the sender and that...
Thank you, Monsieur. And thank you too, Traveler and Big Sis Paimon.
Do you remember Domenico?
Let me think. By the way, I saw Carol in my dreams just now. Where's she gone, by the way? In my dream, she looked really happy. She held my hand and said, Kiara, our dreams have finally come true. I can't remember what our dreams were anymore, and I don't know why. But I felt really happy too.
I can sense your joy. It is indeed a delightful moment.
Monsieur Neuvillette. Oh, I almost forgot. I promised to model for Alov.
Of course. Off you...
See you next time, Monsieur. Traveler.
See you next time.
And I'm okay, I'm a couple females off. 29, 12, 13. I don't know. How many did I get? 13. Oh wow. 1, 2. Five off now. What time is it? 6:36. I think we'll end it. I was thinking of ending it with one more, but I just want to sleep. I don't know why. It's so early too. So Thanks for stopping by if you did. And oh, good. Oh no. I'm going to sleep. That's what I'ma say. So adios amigos. And may see you again. Wait, may see you again. No, I meant to say may see you tomorrow. Yeah, see ya. Too loud.